Have you ever felt like completely lost in motherhood and like kind of like you're not really sure who you are anymore or where you're heading or anything? Well, if you feel like that or you've felt that in the past, then you're not alone. Today in this video, I'm going to share just a few thoughts and maybe a couple of tips as well on navigating life's big transitions with a bit more courage and a bit more confidence. So stay tuned. So something I write a lot about and record a lot about in Empowered Mothers Network is this subject of like life transitions. I deal with that a lot in my like energy healing work as well as a therapist. And yeah, life transitions, there are so many in our lives, not just the big obvious ones like birth and death. There are so many, and some we expect, you know, like growing up, going through puberty, becoming a woman. Some of them hit us really out of the blue as well. So some transitions might be, you know, becoming a mum, which again, for some people is going to be really expected, and for some people not so much. Changing careers, moving house, and then there's ones like, you know, divorce, bereavement as well, or even just like a kind of internal change, you know, nothing outwardly obviously to other people happening, but you might just feel like there's a massive shift within yourself. And all these shifts can like really like make us feel like we've left untethered in a way, you know, like we're ungrounded, we're kind of, things have changed and we don't know where we're going. And sometimes, you know, even sort of who we are anymore. And I think it's completely normal, you know, when we're going through whatever transition we're going through, to feel like a sense of loss about the situation and maybe who we were before. Even if the change is positive as well, you know, even if it's something we've really, really wanted a long time, there can still be that sense of loss. And our culture doesn't really talk about that enough, you know. I think the obvious one is like becoming a mum, and you know, even if it's something we've really wanted for a long time, it doesn't really talk about the sense of loss of our old selves, which I think we need to acknowledge. But learning to like move with change, rather than kind of resist the change or dig into not wanting the change, is really an important skill to have, especially in motherhood. So one of the hardest parts is the not knowing of what is coming next, that complete unknown. It's terrifying. And when we lose that kind of sense of control over our lives, of knowing what's going to happen or what is happening, you know, naturally fear comes up. We're feeling the fear big style. And something that helped me personally when I've been going through transitions in life is kind of being with the fear, you know, not just trying to push it away or resist it, because that never really works, but rather than trying to push it away, rather sort of seeing the fear as like an invitation to grow and not just something to avoid. So how we can kind of alchemize that fear into something positive and almost use the fuel of it, because it is such an energy. Fear is such an energy. If we can find a way to use that energy rather than worrying or ruminating or, you know, that real energy of anxiety, to alchemize that powerful, strong energy into something that can like propel us forward. Also, when you're in a period of transition, just focusing as much as you can on the present moment, which again is really easy to say, but it's just such a ongoing practice, and you can, you know, maybe keep coming back to it yourself. But even just like simple breathing or noticing where you're at in your surroundings and focusing on what you can perceive with your senses can help. And finally, also reaching out for support, because a lot of transitions can be absolutely full on, and we're not really meant to do this alone. We're not meant to go through things alone. So definitely reaching out for support. So as I said before, even like happy and joyful transitions can carry an element of grief to them, and it's okay to like mourn who you used to be, and kind of grieve for the life that you had before and the routines that you knew. I think that's that's a really human thing to do. It's not a weak thing to do. It's a human thing to do, and kind of honouring your feelings, rather than trying to push them away and then resist them, is something that can give you more strength to move forward sometimes as well. So something that can really help with marking a transition and helping you through a transition is to create like a little small ritual. It doesn't have to be anything like fancy. It could just literally be a little ritual of sitting down in the evening to journal about how you're feeling, or kind of lighting a candle and sitting with that for a while, or getting out for a walk in the woods or something, where maybe like you set an intention or something. So it doesn't have to be like an elaborate, set up a massive altar and go into ritual for 3 hours. And you could just do something really sort of personal to you that resonates with you, but just some kind of small act that helps your mind and body start to integrate the change a bit more easily. So yes, the unknown does feel a really scary place. And if there's one thing from this video today, it's that if you are going through that kind of time of unknown change, is that is also, don't forget that is also where the most powerful growth happens. And a lot of us, I think, when we're in that situation, we feel, I can't do this, I'm not strong enough. But we have, I promise you, you have the strength within you to do this. You have the wisdom within you to do this. Sometimes we can access that ourselves. Sometimes we need a little bit of assistance for someone else to support us to access that. But it's always within us. It is always there. So as much as you can, trust yourself and honour the journey that you're on. And know that you're not alone in this, that there are other people either that are there to support you, or other people in the wider world who are going through something the same or very similar. Now, if you like more support and encouragement like this, then definitely you're invited to subscribe to the EMN journal, the Empowered Mothers Network journal. It's fortnightly, it's emailed out to your inbox, and it's got events and things in it, and I'm also doing more writing in there and sharing content where it's designed to kind of help you navigate motherhood and life's big transitions as well, with more connection with other people and more courage and more heart as well. So if that feels like something that would be useful to support you in your journey, then you can sign up via the link in my Instagram profile, or you can sign up for the link in the YouTube description or on the website if you're watching this via the website. So take care, and I'll see you soon.